He may not have worn a raspberry beret, but an ex-Army major has worn just about everything else, having anything to do with fruit while running marathons. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Usain Bolt, though, getting into his running. Here he comes.
It turns out Usain Bolt is not the only world record-holding runner with a convenient last name.
People think that I've changed my name to be Orange because of what I do, but no, it's the other way around.
This is Sally Orange from England. She has run more than 80 marathons and has broken 6 Guinness World Records, mostly all having to do with wearing a costume. For example, she has set the record for the fastest marathon run by a woman dressed as an orange, dressed as a nut, and her first record back in 2007, dressed as Superwoman.
Rather than trying to be the fastest or the fittest or go for a certain time, I've told myself I'm just going to go for the time of my life.
Welcome to the World Marathon Challenge.
17 years later, Sally has now run a marathon on every continent more than once, including early last year when she completed this race that involves running a marathon on all 7 continents in 7 days. That includes Antarctica.
I knew that I was going to be absolutely freezing cold, so I thought, well, I'll do it as a frozen vegetable. So I did it as a pod of peas.
For no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run.
But unlike Forrest Gump, Sally knows why she's running. After being medically discharged from the military with severe depression and chronic anxiety, Sally has used her races to raise awareness and the equivalent of more than $1 million for different charities that support mental health causes. And then there's, the giant food-related costumes, which isn't just about her last name.
It gets them to ask the question, why? Why am I dressed as an apple, orange or banana? And I tell people I want to break the stigma associated with poor mental health. And it starts that conversation.
During her incredible feats with her feet these last 17 years, Sally has even now met many members of the British royal family, while of course dressed as a fruit. And in fact, this past November, Sally became an MBE, member of the British Empire, or...
I say that MBE stands for Marathon Babe Extraordinaire.
And guess where Sally is gearing up to run next? Oh, just the Mount Everest Marathon in Nepal, so she can, quote, take the mental health message to the top of the world. I mean, how many oranges can say they've been 29,000 feet up? Not bad. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
That girl is just not scared of anything.
No.
Especially running in a fruit costume.
I'm
Come on.
out of breath just watching this.
Why not? Could you, if you're running a marathon in a hot climate,
Which I wouldn't.
Right. How could you do it wearing a fruit costume?
Right.
It's just added layers that you
How do
definitely don't need.
Couldn't
I don't
be
know.
me.
Well, she was in the Army, so good training.
Well, my husband's in Kuwait right now, and
that
they're
is true.
for
Think
the
he's going to run a
Army,
marathon when he comes back?
and they're running 5Ks for fun. I was like, not me. No.
Run a
couldn't be
mile
me.
for fun. Yeah.
All right, it's 11.